Chanel. I done bought a new Chanel. Look, I done bought a new Chanel because we made it. I done bought a new Chanel because we dated.
What's goody, y'all? We back at it again with another video. I'm bringing you another hair video you'll see in a couple seconds of what we're doing, and you can kind of see in the title of what we're doing. But what's good, y'all? We back at it with another video. Okay, y'all, one thing I will admit for this video, this is my first time using these Curlformers, and I decided to do it on my blow dry hair because I wanted more length, because when you wet your hair has shrinkage at that point. So I decided to do it on blow dry hair, and this first clip, baby, it's a struggle because I was trying to figure out how to use them. But this first clip I just put in here to show y'all like not how long it took me, but where I went from not really knowing how to do it, but then got a sense of what I wanted to do with it, and from there on. Okay, now let's actually jump into this video and get the full tea out of the look I'm trying to get. So I've already washed, blow dried my hair. As I said in the last clip, I did it on blow dry hair because I wanted more length. So when it came to me actually doing on a blow dry hair, you'll see that I've held up Carol's Daughter Curl Defining Cream. And you do need to dampen your hair a little bit because it won't take as well if you don't at least dampen your hair somewhat. So I would just put my hand under the running water on the sink, rub that through my hair as the first step, and then the second step I'll go through and add in the Carol's Daughter Defining Buttercream to my hair just to give it a little bit more of a hold and that little bit more of like a shiny look. That way it doesn't fall apart so easily. Okay, so now let's really get into this look and I can explain y'all the details of what's going on. So now since I got the hang of how to actually do these curl formers, I actually started to do smaller parts just because I wanted more curls. If you do bigger parts, you don't have as many different curls, and you won't have that longer lasting of your hairdo, in my opinion. When you do bigger parts, it's harder to use the curl formers if you do bigger parts, and also your hair won't be as curly throughout the whole look in itself. So for this, I actually went ahead and just did smaller parts. I'm not doing precise parting throughout this whole video. If you see my previous videos, I never do precise parting just because it's hard for me to part equally. So I never do precise parting. And I just make sure that when I do pull the parts, I'll pull them a certain way. You'll see that I actually had to retwist some of the curl formers because when we first put them on, they kind of form a little weird. So sometimes you'll have to go back and retwist the curl former just to make sure they sit right. Okay, y'all, it's not really anything else I really have to explain for the rest of the video, so I'll probably end up speeding the rest of this part up, and you guys can just see me do the curl formers on different areas of my head and in different spots. Just again to go over the steps. My first step, as I said in previous notes, I just run my hand under running water, slide my fingers through the part that I took, and then my second step will be me adding the Carol's Daughter Defining Butter to my hair. You can add any kind of textured or lock type of cream to your hair. It just helps with the better hold and forming the curls within the curl former. So that's why I use it. Also, the third step, you need to make sure that you twist the root of your head before you actually start doing it. You don't want to do the exact root of your head because they can get a little tight if you do the curl former too close to the scalp. But just a few centimeters off of the root of your hair, and then that's pretty much it, y'all. Add your curl former, and that's all. Alright, y'all didn't watch enough of the fast forwarding. Y'all seen all that. Now I'm gonna go ahead, since I am at the top of my head, I'm gonna go ahead and obviously show you guys how I part the top of my head. I pretty much part it the same with almost every look, being how my afro naturally falls. But a couple of tips for this part. Now, if you have longer hair, or if you have layers and you know there's areas of your hair that are longer than the other, you need to make sure that you start the curl former a little bit further down the parted piece of hair that you grab. Because if you don't, you'll have little pieces of your hair, like at the tips of your hair, that'll be coming out the curl former. You want to make sure that most of your hair, at least the bottom part of your hair, stays within the curl former, so then you're able to, actually get a full curl out of the whole hair. And I feel like it's okay if you don't get the whole root. They don't want you coming all the way to the root, but it adds more volume in. If you don't get the whole root, it adds more volume, because then you can just go in, pick out the root of your hair, and then the rest of your hair will be curly. Also, to add another tip to this, another mistake I ended up making on this video is that some of them were too close to the root, so they felt too tight. So you'll see me go ahead and just pull the curl former down just to loosen it up, because you don't want anything tugging on your scalp that may cause breakage within your hair, and it'll leave your head just pretty sore. So that's another tip to add with these curl formers. They're really easy to use, but besides that, those are my main only tips. So I want to kind of apologize for not talking for this video. If you've seen like previous videos, you know I usually talk way more, but I just feel like this hairstyle or type of protective hairstyle is so simple that I don't really have to talk. I mainly just wanted to keep a lot of these sections to show you guys the various ways how to do different sections of my head. Every section of your head is different, but every section of your head is different. So you have to make sure that you're following the way that your hair falls for one, or you have to make sure that you're going towards the hairstyle that you picture at the end of this whole look. For me, I mainly just like to go with the flow of my hair, the way that it falls. That way it's an easy transition. But we on the last two right now, y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. After I finish this part, I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep. This is a look I decided to do I'm going to say a few hours, like 7 hours before I had to get up early in the morning to go get on my plane. So we'll see the results the next morning. Okay, y'all, so we done. This was the next morning. I already took them out because you really just simply just pull them out. Since I was going to the airport, I really wanted to be free. I was going to do a half up, half down, but I was like, nah, let me just go ahead and add in that bandana. As you can see already from putting my head down, you see that the curls were really formed. The only last tip that I have with this hairstyle, since I did it on my blow dry hair, your blow dry hair is more susceptible to becoming like really frizzy or actually losing its curl pattern. I would suggest using more of the defining cream that I use, or the defining butter, excuse me. I would suggest using more of that, or trying to get somewhat of like a mousse maybe to try. So next time I do this, I'll probably try to use a product such as one of those. But overall, I think the look came out pretty nice. Y'all let me know what y'all think, and I hope to see y'all back for more videos.